Yeah.
Not only that,
that's because they don't want to regulate the broker.
Yeah, I get
They
that.
don't want to do their job that's been there
But
since
here's the
1980.
other side to it. So FMCSA back in 2022 actually had an open comment section on redefining what a brokerage is. I have it up in the Jumbotron. So Friday,
Do it.
June 16th, 2023, today the U.S. Department of Transportation Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration issued regulatory guidance clarifying the definition of broker and bona fide agent. The FMCSA issued the guidance response to a mandate in the Infrastructure Investments and Jobs Act, also known as the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, and the fiscal year 2023 Appropriations Act. The guidance clarifies the definitions in the Code of Federal Regulations with an eye toward efficiency and defining financial responsibilities. FMCSA issued in, interim guidance in November of 2022. The final guidance arms freight brokers and entities operating as bona fide agents or dispatch services in the trucking industry with the information needed to help make appropriate decisions for their operations, said FMCSA Administrator Robin Hutchinson. What everybody knows, she's the former administrator. She was the administrator when this all took place. It also helps clarify for regulated carriers whether they should work with the entities that do not have broker authority and associated financial responsibility. The guidance offers clarification for brokers, dispatch services, trade associations, and other stakeholders across the trucking industry. Now, here's the biggest part of it. Okay, they had this open comment section back in November of 2022. FMCSA reviewed more than 130 comments filed during multiple comment periods for this guidance and considered them as part of the agency's decision making.
Wait a minute. You didn't tell me it was multiple comment sessions. I thought it was only one. So they only had 130 comments under multiple sessions. So they continued throwing it back up so that they could get more comments, and they only got 130 comments. Now go ahead and continue.
Well, it says they reviewed more than 130, but that could mean 131, 132, 133, whatever. But at the same time,
but it doesn't say more than 6,000, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay, I got you.
FMCSA also sought comment on the guidance at a broker listening session it conducted during a major trucking show earlier this year. So that would have been earlier back in 2022. FMCSA works to give regulated entities the information they need for efficient operations, and this guidance helps entities know when operations require broker authority.
Yeah, I was right there front row at that listening session. That's where Lee Schmidt asked him, do you guys ever audit any brokers? And FMCSA admitted red-handedly no.
Okay, well, it gets better. So continue. And what they did change the industry forever and started the role of fraud in this market. I guarantee it, and you'll find out why.
Yeah. Hopefully, because I can't find the document. But so the only reason I put this up is because basically they reviewed a little bit more than 130 comments on this session during the open session, but yet they can't make a decision on the transparency
Well, hold
when
on.
there's
Hold on a second.
over 6,000.
You need to reiterate what their decision was, what they decided at that point in time that really put a change in the industry. Okay, or you want me to do it? They made it so a broker can claim that they are a dispatcher when they call you. They made that okay. So in other words, a broker can now take a second cut, pretend that he's a dispatcher dispatching his own damn loads because nobody trusts a broker. That's what they did with 130 comments. But they can't seem to follow the the law that's been in effect for 44 years now and enforce it, saying that we get our transparency. That's the problem in this industry is 130 brokers made a comment, but 6,900 what the hell was it? 6,970 comments were made on transparency, and fuck, we just can't make a decision. It's just so hard to make a decision. Well, wait a minute. It was law. It's not a decision.
And then they pass
actually
off the buck. They pass the
Right.
buck off to the FTC and the SEC to not follow up with enforcement procedures.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is this new information that we've come about says that in 2022 they decided with 130 comments that it was okay to make a broker able to claim that they were a dispatcher. Now, let's go in reverse from that. Yes, it's still illegal, but how the hell does a shipper know that it's not actually a dispatcher? Because the way it's stated is the dispatcher, okay, can actually contact a shipper, okay? They can get their own loads, they can do all that, but they have to be working directly with a broker. So in other words, they're trying to make it so that it's all reversible, and so the dispatcher can actually help the broker because he is the broker, right? And he can claim that he's a dispatcher when he calls these places. But in reverse, how do you not know that it's not a broker at all? It's just a damn dispatcher that is going out getting fraudulent loads, putting them out there, and then stealing them themselves. I'm just saying, fraud went up right about this time. So where did the fraud actually take place? Now,
Well, you got to figure they probably came to this conclusion off those 130 some odd comments. You know, the people reading them within FMCSA were probably former TIA and ATA members, more than likely, came to this conclusion.
well, see, now we're getting to the bottom of it. So you're starting to figure it out, right? Everything's kind of leaning towards the broker and what they want to do. And why is this? Because everybody in those organizations is part of that whole organization. So this is all kind of to the point now that, you know, without unity, we're really fighting an uphill battle because here's the thing, you're not getting shit done there. They're already on the opposite side of this, okay? So without us forming unity, without us stop being, you know, the lone wolf attitude going on, right? Without us saying, hey, we are bigger, stronger, and a lot more powerful than you'll ever be, even as a 3-letter agency, okay? We're not going to take it anymore. We're going to take our own freight. We're going to do our own thing. We're not dealing with all your stupid ass regulations. We're just going to go over here and we're going to do our own thing, right? Because they're going to continue voting towards the broker. I promise you. 6,970 fucking comments will not be enough for them to make a damn decision. But 130 was. Promise.